You know, this part of Mark's gospel always catches my attention, the scene where Jesus and his followers are leaving Jericho, and there's Bartimaeus, blind and calling out from the roadside. What jumps out to you about his reaction when he realizes Jesus is passing by?
Honestly, what strikes me is Bartimaeus' courage. He doesn't just quietly hope for help. He shouts, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." It's like he recognizes this moment might be his only chance, so he isn't holding anything back.
Exactly. And he doesn't seem worried about what the crowd thinks either. He goes straight for it, even risking embarrassment. That kind of persistence is inspiring and, honestly, a little challenging.
It is. I feel like a lot of us would stay quiet in his shoes, but Bartimaeus is desperate and hopeful at the same time. Sometimes, reaching out really does mean being willing to look a little foolish in front of others.
Funny thing is, the crowd actually tries to silence him. They tell him to be quiet, but he shouts even louder. Why do you think the people reacted that way?
That's such a good question. I think there's a mix of discomfort and maybe wanting to protect Jesus from distractions. Sometimes when someone's really in need, people around them feel awkward or want to keep things orderly.
I get that. But Bartimaeus just ramps up his effort. He refuses to let the crowd's discomfort drown out his own need. It's like he knows if he waits quietly, nothing will change.
And in a way, it's a lesson about not letting other people's opinions stop us from seeking what we truly need. It's a tough thing to do, but Bartimaeus models it so fiercely here.
After all that, what really surprises me is Jesus stopping right there and calling Bartimaeus over. He asks, "What do you want me to do for you?" Which almost sounds obvious, but there's something deeper there.
Absolutely, because even though Bartimaeus' need seems clear, Jesus still invites him to express it. It reminds me of how important it is to articulate what we actually need or hope for, rather than assuming it's obvious.
That's so true. Sometimes just voicing our deepest needs is part of the healing or the change we're longing for. There's a vulnerability in saying it out loud.
And in this story, Bartimaeus doesn't hesitate. He says, "I want to see." It's a simple ask, but it carries so much weight. There's trust, honesty, and just raw hope in that moment.
That actually reminds me, when Jesus heals Bartimaeus, he tells him, "Your faith has made you well." It always makes me think about what faith really looks like. Does this connect for you with passages like Jeremiah or even Colossians?
Yeah, especially in Col.2, where Paul talks about being rooted and built up in faith. Bartimaeus is physically blind, but his spiritual sight is crystal clear. He recognizes Jesus in a way others might miss.
I like that comparison. And with Jeremiah, there's this recurring theme of calling out to God, even when things seem hopeless. Bartimaeus fits right into that tradition. He doesn't let his condition